Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What's up, Internet? It's your boy, Eric Bandholz. What's up, Internet? Eric Bandholz here. And today we're talking about if words actually matter. Okie dokie, guys. Interesting topic. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt me. Kind of the mindset that what you say doesn't really matter. It's kind of your actions. And my thoughts on the subject matter are yes and no, which is kind of a crap answer in today's world when you got to have polarizing yes, words matter or no, words don't matter. But I think words have meaning associated to it. And if those meanings are true to the words that match them, then they do matter, right? If you say you're going to be there at 3 o'clock and then you appear at 3 o'clock and you do that regularly, then your word of saying when you're going to arrive is going to matter. But if you say you're going to arrive at 3 o'clock and then you arrive at 4 o'clock and constantly never arrive on time, then those words don't matter. So there's a little bit of accountability with words and actions. But I wanted to talk about kind of this thought process about victims that's been going on in my head for a while. And it's kind of an interesting concept. I come from the school of thought of voluntary interactions, don't use the use of force, and force traditionally is physical force. But is there like a verbal force associated with that as well? And can you like cause someone to be a victim by words alone? And I think about like, there's a lot of like really screwed up people in life who are like dealing with some like heavy stuff. And I would bet you, like, they're screwed up based on their history from a series of things, probably both actions and words, and actions of, people they trust leaving them or people they love breaking their heart. But also like words, right? It's a tricky concept to think about that the words you say could end up affecting someone in a negative light. And then, is that assault? If you say words to them? Because the reality is you can't always close your ears. Like you're going to hear things. Just like that old saying, like you can swing your fist, and as long as your face isn't in the way of my fist, then no one matters. And I guess you could talk all you want, right? And as long as no one's hearing it, nothing matters. But the moment you start to talk and it gets to that other person, then you are affecting them. So there's two takes of this. Like from you talking to other people using your words, obviously, just like you shouldn't go around hitting people and being physical with them and beating the crap out of them, you shouldn't do the same thing with your words. You should communicate in a way with respect, just the way you physically interact with people. Now, if you've been beat up, if you were bullied in high school, you also shouldn't carry that baggage along with you. Just like if you were verbally abused, you shouldn't carry those words with you. Because when things are happening to you, and you let those things happen to you, affect your life, what you've essentially done is given control to your abuser, right? And you've continued this victim mentality on. And the longer you're a victim of verbal or physical abuse, the more control and the more power they have over you. Subsequently, you get your ass kicked, and you're like, well, part of life. You know, we all get our ass kicked once in life. I certainly have. Dust yourself off, heal up, and move on with your life. You know, learn your lessons, of course, and try not to get in fights again. But learn your lesson and don't let it affect you. Then that person who kicked your ass, or that person who talked shit to you, they've got no power over you. And you've taken the control they want over you, and you've taken it back to yourself. So now you're in control. So the world has established these words and the definition of these words as well. So, you know, this word means X, Y, and Z, and it really matters that this word means that. And to a certain degree, like, the words you use, they do shape how society behaves. But at the same time, if you allow yourself to get worked up by the definition of words, rather than to bring that control back to yourself and say, these are all just tools that I use to communicate and to try to express a message I'm trying to say, then you've taken away the power of, like, the political use of words, right? Where words will kind of be used as weapons of misinformation or kind of masking the population. So if you understand that words can be used in that way, and to educate yourself on when they may or may not be happening, then it doesn't matter if people are doing that, right? Because you're educated, you know, oh yeah, they're calling this the Freedom Act because they want to push this agenda that's anti-freedom. But, you know, like things like that, you just kind of educate. And once you know, it doesn't bother you, right? It doesn't bother me that they call it the Freedom Act. Yeah, it's slimy or whatever, but whatever. You know, like, it doesn't affect my life, and I'm not going to let it affect my life. I want to take control of my life and act on that based on the information and knowledge I have. So there you go. A lot of words about a lot of words. And I don't know if this video really brought any value to anyone out there, because this was just a video of me verbal diarrhea and getting things off my mind, and hopefully not doing too much of offending people out there. That's not the intent of my videos. It's more of me just to verbally talk about things on my mind. And it's always fun when you guys agree with me, but it's also fun when you guys bring critical challenges to the way I think, because for me, that's how I learn, right? I verbally diarrhea all these thoughts in my head, and then a lot of times, like 90% of the time, people are like, Eric, that's a total load of crap. And then it causes me to be like, no, this, and this. And then they're like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Or, no, Eric, you're still a load of crap. So thanks for sitting around and enjoying this afternoon with me. And hopefully you guys are taking control of your life and using words responsibly, and interacting with people with words the way you interact with them with your physical self as well. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers. Keep on growing.